Yes, good morning to everyone. Can you people respond in chat? Whether am I audible in both classes? Yes, okay. What about in classroom 2? Students kindly respond. Yes, okay. Thank you. Fine. What about the topic we have discussed in the previous session? Yes, what topic we have discussed in the previous session? I mean theory session. Programmable interrupt controller. Fine. 8259. Okay, thank you, Logus Nega. Only Logus Nega is answering for my question. Anthony Surya. What about others? What about others? See, போன class என்ன டாபிக் நம்ம நடத்தணும் அப்படின்னு கேட்டா அதுக்கே ஆன்சர் பண்ண மாட்டோம். Fine. See, this is the very first session for today. Correct? If you people are not interacting with the faculty, so what's the purpose of this class? Yes, 8259 நம்ம last class பார்த்தோம். So what is the name of that particular IC? Programmable interrupt controller. So what is the maximum number of interrupt that can be handled by 8259 in single mode? Yes, very good. Yes, very good. Anthony Surya Dixon, very good. What about in classroom 2? See, what happened to you peoples? See, classல இருந்தா தான் நம்ம கவனிக்கணும், ரெஸ்பாண்ட் பண்ணணும் கிடையாது. For you people only we are teaching. Only interact. Yes, very good. Classroom 2 but responsive வரல. Very good. Sajesh மட்டும் தான் டைப் பண்ணிருக்காரு. 8 interrupts அப்படின்னு சொல்லி. Okay. When I say single mode, what about the other mode of operation we are having in 8259? Two configurations we are having. One is single mode, the other one is cascade mode. Very good. So in the case of cascade mode, what about the maximum number of interrupts that can be handled? With one master and 8 slaves? Yes, very good. 64 interrupts. Okay, fine. We have gone through many other things. What are the things we can able to program in 8259? We can programming the mode of operation, either single mode or cascade mode. Fine. That is the very first point. What are the other things we can able to program? Yes, very good, Sajesh. Vector address of each and every interrupt we can program, but we have some limitation. Okay, that we are going to see by today's class. Okay, then what about the other things? What about the other things? Vector address நம்ம program பண்ணலாம் சொன்னோம். Yes, very good. Anthony Surya given 1 point and Sajesh given 1 point. Okay, edge or level trigger. The nature of the interrupt when it has to be sensitive to the device, either edge or level, that we can program. Anthony Surya given 1 response. Priority. Yes, we can program the priority. Yes, very good, Logus Neka. The byte of space between 2 vector address we can program. Yes. Then individually we can able to mask or unmask the interrupt. Correct. So these are the different things we can able to program with 8259. Okay. What are the different blocks we have in the architecture diagram? So என்னென்ன blocks தான் நம்ம பார்த்தோம் ஞாபகம் இருக்கா? So data bus buffer. Yes, data bus buffer. Okay, Anthony Surya given 1 response. IMR. Okay, so that is 1 register we are having in 8259. What about the other 2 registers? Yes, Logus Nega, very good. Read write control logic. Fine. What about the other registers? Priority resolver. That is very important thing in the 8259 IC block. Fine. The priority resolver is going to resolve the priority based upon which register conditions. 1 register it is told by Anthony Surya. Yes, Sivakumar, very good. IMR, IRR, ISR, very good. Okay, fine. What about the sequence of things happen when an interrupt occurs? First, the priority resolver will resolve the priority, correct? For representing the particular interrupting signal, it is going to generate INT, where we have to connect the INT signal out from 8259 to 8085 microprocessor. In the pin la connect pannu INT pin kondu poi. Yes, very good. Yes, very good. INTR. Fine. Yes. When an interrupt is generated by 8259, in turn 8085 microprocessor, what it is going to do? It is going to send acknowledgement signal. Yes, ACK bar, correct? It is going to send acknowledgement, INTA bar, sorry, INTA bar. Fine. So when first INTA comes, what your 8259 will do? It will reset the corresponding IRR bit, correct? In the interrupt namak request panniruncho adoda IRR bit clear pannum. Yes, then ISR bit of the particular interrupt it is going to be set, correct? Okay, first INTL namak it also send the output for call instruction. Yes, once call instruction is given to 8085, what will happen? Output CD ponadukku appuram again the microprocessor will send two INTA bar signal, two acknowledgement signal. For what purpose? To get the lower byte of the vector address and the higher byte of the vector address. Fine. So after the vector address is given to 8085 microprocessor, it is going to execute the interrupt service routine. What thing we have to do at the end of interrupt service routine? Do you people remember? What we must do? Your 8085 microprocessor doesn't know whether the service for the particular interrupt is over or not. We have to tell. Yes, obviously we have to use return instructions, Yokumar. Before return instruction, we have to do some other thing. Yes. How we can terminate the service for an interrupt? I have told you a technical word. Do you people remember? Inoda interrupt service routine mudinji velila varadhukku munadi for 8259 I have to tell the service for the program is over, correct? We inform to 8259. So what 8259 will do? It will reset the corresponding ISR bit. So technically our name nama solirnom. I will tell the abbreviation. Okay, I will tell the abbreviation. You people expand it. Fine. EOI. Do you people remember? EOI stands for what? EOI. EOI na ennu sonnampa. There are three types of, yes, very good, end of interrupt. We are having three types of end of interrupt. What are the three types? மூணு விதமா நம்ம சர்வீஸை டெர்மினேட் பண்ண முடியும். ஒன்னு என்ன பண்ணலாம்? இனிஷியலா நம்ம ப்ரோக்ராம் பண்றப்ப 8259 ல சொல்லிடலாம். என்ன சொல்லிடலாம்? When the ISR program it enters, it can automatically clear the ISR bit. So அது பேர் என்ன சொன்னோம்? Automatic end of interrupt. Or else we can specify and tell 8259 to terminate the service for a particular interrupt. So அது பேரு specific end of interrupt command. Fine. There is one more thing. Do you people remember? Automatic end of interrupt, specific end of interrupt. What about the other thing? I won't specify. So how we can call that? See, end of interrupt la மூணு மெத்தட் இருக்குப்பா. ஒன்னு automatic end of interrupt. Correct? Innொன்னு specific end of interrupt. What about the last one? Yes, very good. Non-specific EOI. That means we won't specify which ISR bit has to be clear. Fine. So automatically the high priority interrupt which is currently in service, adnude ISR bit automatically clear aayidum. That is the meaning for non-specific EOI. Okay. So these are the things we have discussed in the previous class. At the end of the session, I have explored about the command words of 8259. Okay. So now we will proceed with that. So today we are going to go with 8259. If time permits, we can start with 8279, programmable keyboard and display controller. Okay, fine. So the 8259 can be programmed by writing command in a sequence on suitable command word register, which is denoted by the address bit A0. Fine. Which command word I am going to write? It is going to be denoted by A0 only. Fine. So we are having two set of command words. What are the two set of command words? What are the two set of command words we are having? Yes, very good. Initialization command word and the operation command word. Okay. So one is initialization command word. It is very, very important, mandatory. Without providing initialization command word to 8258, it won't accept any interrupt. Okay. The next one is operation command word. Fine. So initialization command word usually we will do at the beginning of the program, correct? Operation command word can be given at any point of time. So dynamic நம்ம எப்ப வேணாலும் எந்த operation command word வேணாலும் கொடுக்கலாம். Fine? Yes. Okay. When coming to initialization command word, what we have to follow? Do you people remember? Is there any sequence we are having? Okay, first of all, we have to know what is ICW. So ICW நம்ம எல்லாருக்குமே தெரியும். So to initialize the 8259, we are having some set of command words. There are 4 command words available: ICW1, ICW2, ICW3, and ICW4. Okay. So the following can be initialized by ICW1 and ICW2. Fine. So என்னென்னல initialize பண்ணலாம் அப்படினு பாத்தீங்கன்னா single mode, cascade mode, vector address, byte of interval between the 2 vector address, then edge triggered or level triggered. So these are the things we can able to program using ICW1 and ICW2. Fine. Okay. Do you people remember whether we have any sequence for ICW commands? Flow chart la போட்டு explain பண்ணோம். ஞாபகம் இருக்கா? Is there any sequence we have to follow? At least answer for that. Yes. Yes. Okay. Now you people tell. What about the sequence? Which command word we have to give first? Yes, very good. ICW1 and ICW2. Fine. Suppose if we are dealing with cascade mode operation, we have to give ICW3. Otherwise, we can skip ICW3. Fine. Then ICW4, whether it is needed or not, it is decided in the ICW1 command word itself. Suppose if I am not preferred to have ICW4 command, so you can also skip ICW4. So now your 8259 is ready to accept the interrupts. Fine. So what are the 2 mandatory command words we have to give? What are the 2 mandatory command words we have to give? ICW1 and ICW2, whereas ICW3 and 4 are optional. Okay. Generally we will use it when configuring cascade mode. ICW3 பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் cascade mode ல மட்டும் தான் work பண்ணுவோம். Fine. ICW4 you can use it. Okay, there are some meaning you are having. Fine. Okay, coming to ICW1 word format, do you people answer? So what about the purpose of the bit IC4? 0 na meaning enna, 1 na meaning enna? The command word ICW1 la the bit LSB. ICW4 அப்படினா meaning enna? I mean IC4. Whether we need ICW4 command or not. Yes? Yes or no? Yes, set na we have to provide ICW4 command. Very good. Reset abdina meaning enna? 0 na ICW4 not needed. Yes, very good, super. Okay, fine. So that is the thing we have to know. What about the purpose of the next bit, S and GL? Yes, single mode or cascade mode. Okay, so if it is 1, it will get configured in single mode. If it is 0, it will configured in cascade mode. Okay, what about the next bit, ADI? ADI stands for what? Yes, address interval, 4 byte or 8 byte. If I am giving 1, so it is 4 byte interval. If it is 0, 8 byte interval. Okay, then level triggered interrupt mode or edge triggered interrupt mode. We are having 2 provision here, but LTIM stands for level triggered interrupt mode. Fine. If it is 1, we'll be going to have level triggered. If it is 0, we'll be going to have edge triggered mode. Fine. So the next bit, it is going to be constant. It is going to be 1 only. So this portion we have to discuss in today's class. Okay. So idu konjam nalla gavanama gavanichingana puriyum. Fine. Kindly listen, interact, then only you can understand what is the purpose of A7, A6 and A5. Okay. Can you people tell what is the size of the vector address generally? What about the size of the vector address? 16-bit, very good. Okay. How we have to program the vector address or the interrupts, all the interrupts. Okay. Here we are having only 3 bits, but we have to program the vector address for 8 interrupts. Over interrupt to vector address நம்ம என்னன்றதை fix பண்ண போறோம். Fine. Okay. Carefully observe, out of the 6 bit, the lower 7-bit address bit. Enna type panna mudiyuma chat la? What are the lower 7-bit address? Just naming panna A15 to A0 solvom இல்லையா 16-bit address. So the signal lower byte carry pannu. A simple question only I have asked you. Totally we are having a 16-bit address. The address bit starts from A15 to A0, correct? So which bits are going to represent the lower byte of the address? Continue, Surya. Yes, very good suggestion. A0 to A7. Okay, so A7, A6, okay, A5, A4, A3, A2, A1, and A0. Correct? See, I am speaking about the vector address, Anthony Surya. Don't confuse with the chip select signal. Okay. So these are the 7-bit address I have to provide so that we can know the lower byte of the address. Okay. As I told, even though I say I can able to program in the vector address of each interrupt, we are having some limitation. In a limitation of the by fixing a vector address for an interrupt IR0. Okay, IR0 oda vector address na fix pandradhu moolama the remaining vector address are defined automatically. How? Say for example, if I am saying the vector address of IR0 is 8110H. IR0 oda vector address. Yes, if I am saying the vector address of IR0 8110H, can you people say what about the vector address for IR1? Can you imagine? Can you think? Already ஒரு விஷயம் நம்ம இங்க programming க்கு படிச்சிருக்கோம். How the vector address of other interrupt can be predetermined. See, we can program only vector address for IR0. The remaining will get assigned automatically. How? Yes, 8114. For which interrupt? Anthony Surya typed 8114. Yes. Yes. Okay. IR1. Okay. How you are saying 8114H, Anthony Surya? Any idea? Yes, address interval. Already we are going to program the address interval. நீங்க address interval 4-byte location அப்படின்னு சொன்னீங்கன்னா ஒவ்வொரு vector addressக்கு இடையில எவ்வளவு difference இருக்கும்? 4-byte. If it is 4-byte address interval. Suppose 8-byte address interval இருந்தால், what about the vector address? Yes, 8118. So for example, எப்படிலாம் question கேட்கலாம் நமக்கு? The vector address of IR0 அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு ஒரு vector address கொடுத்துட்டு what about the vector address for IR4 அப்படின்னு கேட்டா you have to tell. Fine? Is it clear to everyone? Is it clear to everyone? Okay, fine. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. Usually my kind suggestion, when you peoples are fixing the vector address, you can have the lower byte as 00. Fine? 00. Lower byte of IR0 vector address, you prefer to have it as 00. It will be easy for us to understand. Yes, IR0 க்கு usually நீங்க என்ன பண்ணுங்க, lower 8-bit of the address 00 வர மாதிரி கான்ஃபிகர் பண்ணா ஈஸியா நீங்க புரிஞ்சிக்க முடியும் நான் சொல்ல போற விஷயத்தை. Fine? Okay, now coming to this point, can you people say if I am having an 8-byte interval between each interrupt vector address, 8-byte interval between each vector address, which of the bits it is going to be changed, which of the bit it is not going to be changed? Can we have an example? Can we have an example? Yes or no? Yes. Okay. So now I am going to type something in the chat. IR0 ஓட வெக்டர் அட்ரஸ் நான் என்ன ஃபிக்ஸ் பண்ண போறேன் அப்படின்னு பாத்தீங்கன்னா lower 8 bit மட்டும் நான் சொல்றேன் இப்போதைக்கு. Fine. Say for example, if I am saying 10H. So what about the next one? IR1, it is going to be 18H. What about the vector address for IR2? Can you people say? What about the vector address for IR2? Yes? IR2 oda vector address enna irukumba? Try to answer for my question so that you can learn. Suggest kindly, see, I am assuming IR0 oda vector address வந்து 00 ன்னு எடுத்துக்கலாம். Fine. IR1 oda vector address 08. Correct? What about IR2? I will type in chat. You people just go through it. Yes, 10H. Very good suggest. 10H. So now our vector address list na podren. Only lower byte I am going to type. Okay, only lower byte I am going to type. Wait a minute. I will put it in chat. You people kindly refer it and answer. So up to IR7 I am typing. Okay, I am considering 8 byte interval here. I am considering 8 byte interval here. Okay, so higher byte, if you want, you can assume it as 81. 81. Okay. Wait for some time. This topic, it's very interesting. So, நிறைய விஷயம் நம்ம கேள்வி கேட்க முடியும். Why it is like that? Fine, you can learn many things from this particular topic. So it is a vast one also. It is a vast one also. So I am putting in chat. Consider something happened. Okay, fine. Okay, so if I am having the vector address for IR0 as, say for example, so it is going to be 8100H, IR2, sorry, IR1, it is going to be 8108H. Copy paste pandappa erase side, sorry. I am putting for only 2 interrupts. Similarly, you consider for all the interrupts. Yes? Okay, okay. Already post on it. Sorry. Yes. Classroom tooling post பண்ணிட்ட பாருங்க. IR0, IR1, IR2, IR3, IR7 வரைக்கும் vector address post பண்ணிட்டேன். Yes? Okay, Subhas, we will consider. Okay, this kind of things we will consider. If you have valid reason, we will consider. Jaydevan sir, Subhas told due to shutdown, he joined late. Okay, fine. See, on seeing this vector address, you people can examine one thing. When you write this vector address in bitwise format, you can see this. Yes? IR0. What about the thing? 00000. Fine. See, when we are writing this kind of thing, the bit A7 and A6, it is not going to change. நல்லா கவனிச்சீங்கன்னா புரியும். 8 byte interval அப்படின்னு சொன்னா மீனிங் என்ன? A7, A6 we can fix. The other bits it is going to assign automatically. அப்ப மீனிங் என்ன? நான் என்ன சொன்ன IR0க்கு வெக்டர் அட்ரஸ் 00ல எண்ட் ஆகுற மாதிரி வச்சுக்கலாம்னு சொன்னேன். That means what? All the 8 bit of the lower bits it is going to be 00. Correct? So இப்ப A7, A6 நீங்க 00 போட்டா மீனிங் என்ன? 00, 08. கரெக்டா வருதா? கரெக்டா? Is the table gives a perfect value? Yes or no? ஒவ்வொரு இன்டர்வலுக்கு இடையில 8 byte interval சொன்னா மீனிங் என்ன? 0 வந்து அடுத்து 8, அப்புறம் 10, அப்புறம் 18, 20, 28, 30, 38. Correct? Is it matching? A7, A6 நான் இங்க 0, 0 போட்டா everything will get fixed as what I told. Okay, what happened if I put A7 and A6 as 1? Can you people type in chat? A7, A6 நான் இங்க 1 னு போட்டா how the vector address it is going to be assigned? What about the lower byte of the vector address of IR0? Higher byte 8 1 வச்சுக்கலாம். Lower byte இங்க நான் 1 1 போட்டா என்ன கிடைக்கும்? A7, A6 1 1 போட்டனா what about the lower byte? On seeing this particular table, okay, A7, A6 bit, if I put 1 1, so 1 1 0 0 0 0 0 0. So what about the value I will be going to have? The lower byte value என்ன கிடைக்கும் hexadecimal? A7, A6 இந்த ரெண்டு bit 1 1 வச்சுக்கோங்கப்பா எல்லாத்துக்குமே. Fine. So what about the vector address for IR0? Now just you people try. I will type in chat. A7, A6 1 னு வச்சாச்சு. இப்போ எல்லாமே நம்ம என்ன சொல்லிருக்கோம்? 0 னு சொல்லிருக்கோம். So இது நம்ம மாத்த முடியாது. Yes, what about the address now? Yes, what about the address now? No, Shivakumar, I am representing in binary pattern, correct? இந்த டேபிள்ல ஃபில் பண்ணி எனக்கு சொல்லுங்க என்ன வேல்யூ வரும். கீழே இருந்து மேல போகணும். IR0 கீழே இருக்கு, IR7 மேல இருக்கு, கரெக்டா? So 1 1 0 0 0 0 0 0. How will you represent in hexadecimal? See, this limitation already I have told you, even though, yes, very good, Anthony Surya, C0. So what about the vector address for automatically for IR1? So when I 8 1 sonaliya higher byte, I am assuming 8 1 C0. I am assuming. Okay, higher byte வந்து 8 1 already சொல்லிருந்தோம், கரெக்ட்டா? So what about the vector address now? 81C0. Okay, 81C0. That is the vector address for IR0. What about the vector address for IR1? So IR1 oda lower byte என்ன வந்துரும் பாருங்க இப்போ 11001000. So what about the address now? C8. Very good, Lois Nega. C8. 81C8. Okay, I think you people understand. That means what I am telling is you cannot able to program the entire address. You can fix only with this table. 8 byte interval இருந்தா இந்த table use பண்ணணும். Suppose 4 byte interval இருந்தா இந்த table use பண்ணணும். When I am saying 4 byte interval, A7, A6, A5 மூணு bit நம்மளால program பண்ண முடியும். Fine. நல்லா கவனிச்சீங்க தெரியும். IR0 0 0 0 0 இது கூட 4 ஆட் பண்ணா 4, அடுத்து 8, அடுத்து C, அடுத்து 1 0. Correct? So this things we cannot able to change. When I say 4 byte interval, 3 bits we can able to program. When I say 8 byte interval, only 2 bits we can program. Fine? So but we are having A7, A6, A5. இங்க என்ன வேல்யூ வேணாலும் இங்க fill பண்ணலாம்ப்பா. A7, A6, A5. But please remember one thing, when I am configuring in 8 byte interval, A7, A6 மட்டும்தான் valid. What about A5? What about A5? What about A5? When I am configuring 8259 with 8 byte interval, what about the purpose of A5? A7, A6 மட்டும்தான் இந்த டேபிள்ல நம்ம யூஸ் பண்றோம். So what about A5? In the particular word format, A5 is going to be don't care, correct? A5 it is going to be don't care. Very good service. Fine. So remaining lower address bits are as shown in the below table. Actually, table below கீழ இருந்திருக்கும் மெட்டீரியல்ல, இங்க சைடுல இருக்கு. That's all. So 4 byte interval இருந்தா இது. Kindly take a screenshot. 4 byte intervalக்கு ஒரு screenshot எடுத்துக்கோங்க. 8 byte intervalக்கு ஒரு screenshot எடுத்துக்கோங்க. Fine. So அதுக்கு தான் நான் என்ன சொல்லிட்டேன், ஈஸியா ஞாபகம் வச்சுக்கலாம். எப்படி? If I put A7 and A6 as 0 0, no need to worry about anything. கண்டிப்பா நம்ம என்ன பண்ணிடலாம், A7, A6, A5 மூணுமே 0 போட்டு போயிடலாம். Fine. Suppose if I put A7 and A6 as 0, 1. So what about the vector address now? Assuming higher byte is 81. Yes. What about the vector address now for IR0? Suppose A7, A6, rendu na 0, 1 potena. What about the vector address now? Yes, very good. 8140H. Very good, super. I think you people understand. புரிஞ்சிக்க முடியுதுங்களா நான் சொல்ற கான்செப்ட? நீங்க என்ன வேல்யூ வேணாலும் A7, A6 க்கு போடலாம். By putting that value, you are fixing the lower byte of your vector address for IR0 as either 00 or வேற என்னென்ன காம்பினேஷன்ல வர முடியும் பாருங்க. 8 byte இன்டர்வலா இருந்தா 00, correct? 40H, then 80H, C0. These are the different end bytes you can have for your interrupt vector address. Okay, fine. Example Papo, later you people will understand. Is this format is clear to everyone? The A7, A6, A5 மட்டும் கொஞ்சம் புரிஞ்சிக்கிறதுக்கு try பண்ணலாம். Fine. What about A0? 0, correct? A0 is 0. That means what? If ICW1 command word I want to write 80 அப்படின்னு சொன்னோம்னா last bit என்ன ஆயிடுது? 0. So நம்ம last classல சொல்லியிருந்தோம் address ends with 0 means 80. Address ends with 1 means 81. Only 2 address you can have for each command word. So இங்க நம்ம ICW1 address பண்ணோம்னா 0 ன்ற address we have to use. Fine, that's all. Next, ICW2, for what purpose we are having is, what purpose? Only I have configured the lower byte of the vector address. What about the higher byte of the vector address? Yes, it can be configured using ICW2. Correct? So ICW2 command word is nothing but what? You have to provide the higher byte of your vector address. That's all. Yes, A15 to A8 நம்ம இங்க சொல்றோம். A7 to A0 நம்ம இங்க fix பண்ணிரோம். Correct? By that means you can configure the vector address. So this limitation we are having in 8259 to configure the vector address. எந்த அட்ரஸ் வேணாலும் போடலாமா சார்? Say for example 9001 அப்படின்னு சொல்ற vector address for IRC. Is it possible? Is it possible to have this vector address? இந்த vector address வேணாலும் நம்ம fix பண்ண முடியுமா? டெஃபினட்டா முடியாது. எஸ். ஸோ வெக்டர் அட்ரஸ் அப்படின்னு சொன்னோம்னாலே அதோட எண்ட் எப்படி முடியணும்னு சொல்லியிருக்கோம். பேஸ்ட் அப்பான் திஸ் டேபிள் ஒன்லி. ஃபைன். IR0 சொல்லிட்டோம்னா if it is 8 byte interval, the lower 6 bits must be 0. The remaining 2 bits you can program. Okay, fine. So ICW2 பத்தி பெருசா ஒன்றும் சொல்ல தேவையில்லை. Higher byte of your vector address. That's all. Say for example, if my higher byte is going to be 81, what about the bits you have to fill in A15 to A8? Can you type in chat? IR0 oda vector address எனக்கு 8100H அப்படின்னு சொன்னோம்னா, what about the value you will fill in each bit? I have given you the clue. Anthony Surya இங்க 00 fill பண்ணீங்கன்னா upper 8 bit என்ன ஆயிடும்? எனக்கு 00 assign ஆயிடும். What about the upper byte in the vector address? Yes, very good, Sajis. Yes, very good. We have to fill the upper 8 bits only in this particular thing. It is going to be like this. It is going to be like this. See, கொஞ்சம் கன்ஃபியூஸ் பண்ணிக்கிறோம். அந்த பைனரி ஹெக்ஸாடெசிமல் வர இடத்துலலாம் நம்ம நிறைய கன்ஃபியூஸ் பண்ணிக்கிறோம். ஃபைன், நல்லா கவனிங்க. IR0 ஓட வெக்டர் அட்ரஸ் என்ன சொன்னேன்? 8100. அதுல ஹையர் பைட் என்ன? 81 in hexadecimal. அது பைனரி பேட்டர்ன்ல எழுதுனா என்ன வரும்? 10000001. Is it clear to everyone? So what we have to fill in A15? 1. அடுத்து 0 0 0. So A15 A8 மட்டும் 1 with எல்லா 0. Fine. I hope it is clear to everyone. Is it clear? Yes. Okay. Fine. So ICW1, ICW2, that only we are going to focus. ICW3, ICW4, we are going to skip. Okay, because it is meant for cascading mode. Okay, now coming to the operation command word. we are having 3 operation command: OCW1, OCW2, OCW3. Fine. So OCW1 எதுக்காக யூஸ் பண்றோம் அப்படினு பாத்தீங்கன்னா to mask or unmask the interrupt request. Whichever interrupt I can able to mask, I want to mask, you have to use OCW1 command. Okay, here to apply OCW command words, no sequences. OCW1 க்கு அப்புறம் தான் OCW2 கொடுக்கணும். It's not like that. In random sequence, you can apply any operation command word. It's your choice. Okay, so here our focus is OCW1 and OCW2. So OCW1 வச்சு நான் என்ன ப்ரோக்ராம் பண்ணலாம் அப்படின்னா masking or unmasking the interrupt you can do with OCW1. OCW2, for what purpose we are going to use? Modes of priority and the end of interrupt method. Both of the things we can able to program. Okay, see, modes of priority பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் ரெண்டு மெத்தட்ஸ் சொல்லுவோம். என்னென்ன? What are the two methods I have told? Two modes. Priority நடத்துறப்பே நம்ம சொன்னோம் ரெண்டு mode of priority இருக்கு. One is fixed priority. What about the other one? One is fixed priority. Yes, the other one is rotating priority. Fine. So fixed priority use பண்ண போறோமா, rotating priority use பண்ண போறோமா. Then end of interrupt method. We are having different end of interrupt methods. So எதை நம்ம யூஸ் பண்ண போறோம்ன்றதையும் இங்க நம்ம fix பண்ண போறோம். Fine. So operation command words are not mandatory. By default, all interrupts will get enabled by default. By default, non-specific UI method is available. Okay. Is it clear to everyone? Is it clear to everyone? Yes. Okay, fine. It's also very simple. OCW1 no easy புரிஞ்சிக்கலாம். We are having 7 mask bits for 7 interrupt. Okay. Fine. If I want to mask any one of the interrupt or any of this interrupt, I have to fill one in that particular question. Mask bit அப்படின்னு சொன்னா 1 பண்ணா mask ஆகும், 0 பண்ணா unmask ஆகும். Is it clear? Shall I move to next slide? Whichever interrupt you want to mask, the corresponding bits must be 1, the other bits must be 0. Fine. To which address we have to write? A0 is 1 here. So by the end address la எழுதணும் 81 page. Okay, actually நம்ம லேப்ல யூஸ் பண்ண போற 8259 யூஸ் பண்ற 8259 ஓட அட்ரஸ் என்னன்னா 9091H. பட் நம்ம தியரி கிளாஸ்ல நம்ம போட்ட PPT-ல இந்த ஹார்ட்வேர் கான்ஃபிகரேஷன் வச்சு we have fixed the device address as 80 and 80. Fine. Is this clear? Masking எப்படி பண்றது புரிஞ்சுதா? இந்த கமாண்ட் வேர்ட் எப்படி யூஸ் பண்றது புரிஞ்சுதா? Yes. Shall I move to OCW2? Yes, okay. Yes, okay. Fine. So OCW2, அங்க நல்லா கொஞ்சம் கேர்ஃபுல்லா கவனிங்க. இங்க L2, L1, L0 இங்க என்ன சொல்றோம்னா லெவல் ஆஃப் ப்ரையாரிட்டி அப்படின்னு சொல்றோம். பை டிஃபால்ட் இந்த ஆர்டர் தான் நமக்கு இருக்கும். 000 போட்டா we are specifying interrupt IR0 level. See, level of the interrupt அப்படின்னா ஒண்ணும் கிடையாதுப்பா. IR0 வா, IR1 ஆ, IR2 ஆ, that we are fixing here. L2, L1, L0. Is this thing is clear? ஒரு விஷயம் நல்லா கவனிக்கணும். Okay, இங்க rotate, okay, select, end of interrupt. Yes, rotate, select, EOI, end of interrupt. இந்த 3 பிட்டும் 0 இருந்தா மீனிங் என்ன? இந்த 3 பிட்டும் 0 இருந்தா மீனிங் என்ன? Rotate on EOI, get reset automatically. இங்க நம்ம ஸ்பெசிஃபை பண்றோமா? select bit எனக்கு எப்ப 1 வருதோ அப்ப மட்டும் தான் நம்ம என்ன பண்ண போறோம்? If the select bit is 1 specific அப்படின்னு சொல்றோம் இல்லீங்களா, அந்த இடத்துல மட்டும் தான் நம்ம என்ன பண்ண போறோம்? இந்த levels யூஸ் பண்ணிக்க போறோம். In other cases it is going to be don't care only. For example, 000 means rotate on AEOI reset. Meaning என்னன்னா rotating priority மோடையும் end of interrupt automatic end of interrupt மோடையும் reset பண்றோம். அந்த மீனிங் என்ன? இதுக்கு முன்னாடி நான் automatic end of interrupt செட் பண்ணிருந்தேன்னா இப்போ நான் இதை என்ன பண்றேன்? ரீசெட் பண்றதுக்கு இது யூஸ் பண்ணலாம். ஃபைன். நெக்ஸ்ட் ஒன் 001. அப்படின்னா மீனிங் என்ன? rotating priority நம்ம யூஸ் பண்ண போறது இல்லை. கரெக்ட்? rotating priority நம்ம யூஸ் பண்ண போறது. கரெக்ட்? then we are not going to specify which interrupt I am going to provide end of interrupt. Fine. So EOI number 1 கொடுத்துருக்கோம் அப்படின்னா meaning என்ன? Non-specific EOI. இந்த particular bit pattern 001 அப்படின்னு நான் யூஸ் பண்ண meaning என்ன? Non-specific end of interrupt command மட்டும் தான் நான் கொடுக்கிறேன். At that point of time, L2, L1, L0 are going to be don't care. Why? If I am not specifying which interrupt I am going to terminate the service, then why I have to give the level, address that particular interrupt. See, inge L2, L1, L0 is nothing but you are addressing the interrupt. Inge 000 போட்டா meaning என்ன? Interrupt 0 நீங்க specify பண்றீங்க. But இந்த commandல என்ன சொல்லிருக்கோம்? Non-specific EOI. That means what? If I am saying non-specific EOI command, at that point of time L2, L1, L0 bit are invalid. 0 தான் நம்ம fill பண்ண போறோம். It is going to be considered as don't care. Fine. 010 அப்படின்னா no operation. It won't do anything. Any modification? No modification will be done. Okay. அடுத்து 011 அப்படின்னா meaning என்ன? நல்லா கவனிங்க. 1 stands for specific. EOI stands for 1 போட்டுக்கோம். Specific EOI. Now we are not worrying about the priority. இங்க 0 போட்டோம் அப்படின்னா meaning என்ன? 0 போட்டோம்னா meaning என்ன? We are not considering about the priority mode. We are focusing only on the method of end of interrupt. End of interrupt என்னென்ன மெத்தட் இருக்குன்னு சொன்னோம்? AEOI, automatic end of interrupt, specific, non-specific. Correct? So இந்த 1-0 combination நம்ம போட்டோம்னா meaning என்ன சொல்லியிருக்கோம்? No operation. Select பண்றோம் interrupt, but we are not doing anything. அப்ப meaning என்ன? No operation. இங்க நான் என்ன பண்ணல? Select பண்ணல, end of interrupt மட்டும் கொடுக்கிறேன். Second combination பாருங்க. 0-1. That means what? Non-specific end of interrupt. Compare பண்ணி பாருங்க, பார்த்தாலே தெரியும் உங்களுக்கு. Fine. 1-1 the meaning என்ன? We are specifying the end of interrupt command. 1-1. So for this particular combination 0-1-1, this bits L2, L1 are going to be valid. புரிஞ்சுதா நான் சொல்றது? எப்ப இந்த L2, L1, L0 வேலிடா இருக்கும்? Specific EOI நான் கொடுத்தா மட்டும்தான் வேலிடா இருக்கும். Fine. Coming to the next thing. Rotate on AEOI set. அப்படின்னா meaning என்ன? What is the meaning for this? Rotating priority mode நம்ம போறோம், automatic end of interrupt set பண்றோம்னு அர்த்தம். Yes? Is it clear? Is it clear? புரியுதா புரியலையாப்பா? See, rotate அப்படின்னா meaning என்னன்னா நீங்க specify பண்ணணும். At that point of time you have to specify. But இங்க நம்ம specify பண்ணல. Why we are not specifying? AEOI command சொன்னோம்னா meaning என்ன? Rotate on AEOI set. Automatic end of interrupt நம்ம set பண்ணிருந்தோம்னா we have to enable the rotate. Fine. Okay, next. Rotate on non-specific EOI. அப்படின்னா meaning என்ன? Here we are going to rotate the priority of the mode. See, இங்க 0 இருந்தா priority நம்ம rotate பண்ணலன்னு அர்த்தம். Fine. Rotate-யும் reset பண்றோம், automatic end of interrupt-யும் reset பண்றோம். That is the meaning here. If the first column or if it is 0, we are not having rotating priority. In the other case, we are rotating the priority. Rotate on AEOI. இங்க என்ன சொல்றோம்? Rotate on non-specific EOI. இங்க என்ன சொல்றோம்? Rotate on specific EOI. Coming to this point, 110. Rotate பண்ண போறோம், கரெக்டா? Fine. Select பண்றோம், but we are not providing end of interrupt command. Fine. இப்போ end of interrupt command நீங்க எங்க இருக்கு? Non-specific EOI, specific EOI. Fine. அதுல rotate on non-specific EOI, rotate on specific EOI. Fine. இந்த select priority அப்படின்றது எதுக்குன்னு பாத்தீங்கன்னா for fixed mode. நல்லா கவனிக்கணும். If I give 110 here, நல்லா கவனிக்கணும். I am setting the priority of the interact. Okay. How I am setting? Lowest priority தான் நம்ம செட் பண்ண போறோம் using L2, L1, L0 bits. For example, I will type one combination. You people tell what is the meaning for it. 0, wait a minute, 1, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0. That's all. Okay. So 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, 0, 0, 0, then 1, 0, 0. Okay. On seeing this, what you people getting clarified? இந்த bit pattern நான் fill பண்ணனா what about the thing I am doing? Do you have any idea? Yes, 110 போட்டோம்னா meaning என்ன? We are going to select the priority. Fine. எந்த interrupt நான் select பண்ணிருக்கேன் பாருங்க. Kindly type in chat. Fixed priority நம்ம கொடுக்க போறோம். Fine. எந்த interrupt நான் select பண்ணிருக்கேன்? IR4. நான் எதை select பண்றனோ that is going to assign lowest priority. இங்க எதோட priority நம்ம program பண்றோம்? Low priority தான் நம்ம program பண்றோம். Fine. இப்போ IR4 the lowest அப்படின்னு சொன்னோம்னா அதுக்கு முன்னாடி உள்ள interrupt என்ன? IR4 தான் lowestனா அதுக்கு முன்னாடி உள்ள interrupt என்ன? IR3. அதுக்கு next level. So which is going to be the highest priority? IR5. IR5 தான் இப்ப highest priority மாறும். I mean compared to IR4, IR3 high priority. அடுத்து IR2 high priority. அடுத்து IR0 high priority. அதுக்கு முன்னாடி போனோம்னா லூப்ல தான் வரணும். கரெக்ட்டா? IR0. So what about the priority order now? Priority order எப்படி assign ஆகும்? IR5. Yes. IR6. IR4. IR3. IR2, IR1, then finally IR. Sorry. 5, 6, 4, 5, 6, IR7. Sorry, IR7. Then IR0, IR1, IR2, IR3, and finally. IR4. Okay, so this is the order it is going to be followed for this particular thing. இது புரிஞ்சுக்கிறதுக்கு கொஞ்சம் நமக்கு டைம் எடுக்கலாம். On seeing this, what you people say, IR4 it is going to be fixed as low priority, correct? So அதுக்கு முன்னாடி உள்ள interrupt என்ன சொல்லுவோம்? அதுக்கு மேல high priority. So in this way it is going to be fixed. Yes. Is it clear to everyone? ஒரு சர்க்கிள் மாதிரி ஃபார்ம் பண்ணிக்கோங்கப்பா. IR4 நான் லோவஸ்ட்னு சொன்னா அதுக்கு முன்னாடி உள்ள interrupt என்ன? IR3. So that is going to be a priority higher than IR4, correct? So IR4 it is going to be a very lowest priority. Fine. Okay. So that's all about the OCW2. So the OCW2 ல ஜெனரலா நம்ம என்ன யூஸ் பண்ணுவோம் அப்படின்னு பாத்தீங்கன்னா ஒன்னு நான் ஸ்பெசிபிக் UI யூஸ் பண்ணுவோம் இல்ல ஸ்பெசிபிக் UI யூஸ் பண்ணுவோம். ஜெனரலா நம்ம ரொட்டேட்டிங் priority we won't prefer. Okay, fine. By default which interrupt is having highest priority? By default which interrupt is having highest priority? இந்த ப்ரோக்ராமிங்ல எதுவும் பண்ணாததுக்கு முன்னாடி. Yes, out of the 8 interrupts, which one is having the highest priority by default without issuing OCW2 command word? Kindly type in chat. I'm waiting for your response. See, this kind of things, if you are doing interfacing and programming, easily you people will understand what I am saying. Okay, so இதெல்லாம் practically demonstrate பண்ணி காமிச்சா இன்னும் நல்லா புரியும். Why there is no response from you people? Am I audible to all of you? IR7 it is going to have the lowest priority. What about the high priority interrupt? By default IR0. Fine. See, by writing this command word, you can change that. Fixed priority with the order. IR0 is going to be highest, IR7 it is going to be lowest. By default, by writing OCW2, you can reconfigure the priority mode and the end of interrupt method. Okay, so that's all about OCW2. Now, we will have an example. Initialize 8259 with the following configuration. ICW4 not needed, single mode, 8-byte address interval, S-triggered interrupt, vector address of IR0 as 8500. Fine. To do this, what about the thing you have to fill? ICW4 not needed. அப்ப என்ன fill பண்ணுவாங்க? ICW4 not needed. Yes, 0. Very good. Next, single mode. What you have to fill? Single mode. What you have to fill? Yes, we have to fill 1. Very good. What about the address interval? 8-byte interval. What you have to fill? Path solve. Yes, 0. Very good. Okay. What about the sensitivity? Edge triggered interrupt. Yes, what you have to fill? Yes, again 0. So what about D4? We may not be able to change, correct? Yes or no? Yes or no? D4 bit it is fixed. One da irukano adu maatha mudiyadhu. Fine. Coming to the vector address, you people tell what about the value I have to fill at A7, A6 and A5. I have told it is 8-byte interval. Correct? So what about the bit value of A7, A6 and A5? For clarification, lower byte of the vector address I have highlighted and I have written in the bit format. What about the value of A6 and A7? இங்க என்ன A7 A6 வருதோ அதை கொண்டு போய் அப்படியே fill பண்ண சொல்றேன். Yes, 0 0. So what about A5? What about A5 bit? A7 A6 நீங்க 0 0 போடணும்னு சொன்னீங்க. That's correct. What about A5? Very good. Don't care. Yes. So what about the command word we are having? இந்த A0 விட்டுடுங்க. இந்த A0 எதுக்காகனா to which address we are going to write. For that purpose we are having A0. Fine. Consider only this 8-bit. So what about the hexadecimal value you are getting? Yes, very good. 12H. Don't care number 0 assume panona 12H or else 32H. Is this clear to everyone? How to form this? How to make use of this ICW1? Yes, very good. See, இந்த மாதிரி விஷயங்கள்ல எக்ஸாம்ல கேட்டா எழுதணும். Because open book test சொல்ல போறோம், கரெக்ட்டா? சோ அப்படினா இதெல்லாம் நீங்க ஃபார்ம் பண்ண தெரியும். Fine. So இதுக்கு ஒரு 5 marks நம்ம கொடுக்கலாம். இந்த மாதிரி பேட்டர்ன் கொடுக்கலாம். Fine. Then higher byte of the vector address. Obviously நம்ம எல்லாருக்கும் தெரியும் 85, correct? So இங்க நம்ம சொன்ன எக்ஸாம்பிள்ல 8500 I have told for IR0. So 85H. So what about the binary pattern you have to fill for this command word? Binary pattern சொல்ல முடியுமா? $85 in hexadecimal you have to represent in binary. That's all. So yes, very good, Logus Nega. So 85. So we have to fill here. See, ICW2 command word ஒண்ணுமே கிடையாது. higher byte என்னவோ அது அப்படியே எழுத போறோம். That is going to be a command word here. Okay, but எந்த அட்ரஸ்ல எழுதணும்னு பாருங்க. ICW1 எங்க எழுதிருக்கோம்? The address ends with 0 ல எழுதணும். ICW1 எங்க எழுதணும்? The address ends with 1. I hope it is clear to everyone. Yes. Okay. Can we people write a program to initialize the 8259 for which command word we have formed? Assuming the addresses are address of 8259. The 8259 IC இருக்கு இல்லையா, இதனுடைய address வந்து we are going to assume 90H and the 91H. I'm going to assume like this. Yes. ஏன்னா ப்ரோக்ராமிங்கும் கேட்கறதுக்கு வாய்ப்பு இருக்கு எக்ஸாம்ல. ஓப்பன் புக் டெஸ்ட்னா இப்போ கொஸ்டின்ஸ் இந்த மாதிரி தான் வரும். ஓகே, அட்ரஸ் ஆஃப் 8259 90H 91H னு வச்சுக்கலாம். அப்போ மீனிங் என்ன? A0 0னா இந்த அட்ரஸ்ல எழுதணும், A0 1னா 91H ல எழுதணும். ஓகே, கைண்ட்லி ரைட் த ப்ரோக்ராம். ICW1 command word என்ன? What command word we have formed? 12H. So what about the first line of the program? Before writing the data to an address, 8-bit address, where it should be placed, in and out instruction நம்ம யூஸ் பண்ண போறோம்னா yes, accumulator. So for that, what about the instruction? What about the instruction? Accumulator la na enna podano, the control word command word podano 12H. So what about the instruction? Yes, whether we are having move instruction, MVA move instruction, move A comma 12H, it is not valid, Antony Surya. Kindly check. Students, am I audible? Yes, am I audible now? Yes, okay. So MVI A comma 12H, correct. MVI A comma 12H we have to use. MVI A comma 12H. That is going to be the first line of the program. MVI A comma 12H. So this command word, to which address I have to write? On seeing this slide, you can tell. A0 is 0. So to which address we have to write? The command word in the address la na eludanu. Rendu address na koduthutten 9091. In the address la eludanu. Kindly respond. Yes, 90. So what about the next instruction? To write the word 12H, what about the next instruction you have to use? Instruction என்ன யூஸ் பண்ணுவோம்? அக்குமுலேட்டர்ல 12 போட்டுட்டேன். In 90 means we are reading, Antony Surya. What your intention is to write. Yes, what about the instruction? Yes, very good. Out 90H. Is it clear to everyone? So MVI A comma 12H, out 90H. That means what? This particular configuration, ICW4 Vanda, single mode, 8-byte interval, H triggered, lower byte of the vector address we are fixing. Fine. To fix the higher byte of the vector address, what are the next two lines you have to write? Kindly type in chat. ICW2, in the address la eludanu, first of all. Yes, 91H, very good. 91H la eludanu. Fine. What about the control command word we are having? 85. So the accumulator la potu eludanu. What about the two lines we have to use? What about the two lines we have to use in the program? Yes, MVI A comma 85H, out 91H. Very good, Sajesh. Very good. So by combining the four lines, what are the four lines? MVI A comma 12H, okay, out 90H, okay. So out 90H, then MVI A comma 85H, 91H. So this is going to be the four lines you have to use to initialize 8259 for the given configuration. If this thing is clear to everyone? Yes. Okay. Very good. Very good. Okay. Okay. Now going with this thing. So you are asked to mask the interrupt IR7, IR4 and IR2. Fine. So can you form the command word? To mask the interrupt IR7, IR4 and IR2, I am asking what is the command word? OCW1. Kindly type in chat. Yes. See, M7 mask, we have to mask IR7, correct? So we have to put 1 here, correct? What about M6? IR6 we didn't tell to mask, correct? 0. Then IR5 0. What about IR4? 1. What about IR3? Yes. So M3 0, M2 1, M1 0, M0 0. Yes. 1 0 0, 1 0 1 0 0, correct? Locus nega, what you have done is 1, 4, 7. ER1, ER4, IR7 mask பண்ணிருக்கீங்க locus nega. Kindly check. So இங்க நான் டிஸ்ப்ளே பண்ணிருக்கிறது புரிஞ்சது எல்லாருக்கும்? Yes, 94H. That is going to be the command word. Fine. So in the command word எந்த அட்ரஸ்ல எழுதணும்? To which address we have to write? Consider A0 bit. 94H. In the command word நான் எங்க போய் எழுதணும்? இந்த அட்ரஸ்ல எழுதணும் 91H. What about the lines we have to use? MBI A, 94H out 91H. Yes, is this thing is clear to everyone? Is this clear to everyone? Okay. Next step. Terminate the service of IR5 interrupt. Okay. IR5 interrupt oda service terminate பண்ண சொல்லிருக்கோம். கரெக்ட்டா? So for this what you have to fill? I am specifying the interrupt, correct? I am specifying the interrupt. That means what? IR5 அப்படினா specify பண்ணிருக்கேன். So which you have to choose in this option? Terminate the service means you have to issue end of interrupt to terminate the service for IR5. So specific EOI we have to follow, correct? So what about the bit pattern? R, SL, EOI. என்ன வரணும்? Specific EOI. Specific EOI means, sorry, I think here I had mistake. Terminate the service of IR5 அப்படினா, yes, what you people typing is correct. 011 is the correct thing. Wait a minute, I will change it. Okay, once we will find the answer from you people, then I will go with it. நீங்க தப்பா போட்டுக்கிறேன், அதை கரெக்ட் பண்ணிக்கலாம். Fine. So 011. That's good. So next two bits are going to be 00. Yes, very good, Anthony Surya. Your answer is correct. So what about the data in hexadecimal format? Sajesh, can you find it? 0101. Specific end of interrupt. 001 கிடையாது இங்க 010. I will change it. So it is going to be 011. So it is going to be 65H. Yes, correct? Yes, correct? 65H. So just kindly check. I have told specific UI, specific end of interrupt. Which interrupt I am specifying? IR5. So 011 here, here 101 for specifying the interrupt IR5. If I say IR7, what we have to fill at D2, D1, D0? If I say IR7, what we have to fill it in D2, D1, D0? Yes, 111. Fine. So based upon the interrupt I am specifying, it is going to be vary. Fine. So for this particular command word, where I have to write? To which address I have to write? Seeing A0, it is 0. So to which address we have to write? Yes, 90H. Very good. So what line I have to write? MVI A, 65H. Then I have to write out 90H. Clear? Is it clear to everyone? Yes. So that's all about how to program 8259. Okay. Okay, where you are connecting the INT pin of 8259 to 8085. எங்க நம்ம கனெக்ட் பண்ணனும் சொல்லிருக்கோம் INTR pin. Fine. So how will you enable the INTR interrupt? இப்போ எனக்கு enable இருக்கா disable இருக்கான்னு தெரியாது. I want to enable it. What you people have to do for that? To enable the interrupt INTR, what you people have to do? Mission control instruction 85 ல படிச்சோம் கரெக்ட்டா? sim, rim, ei, di, NOP, halt எல்லாம் படிச்சோம் கரெக்ட். அதுல எந்த இன்ஸ்ட்ரக்ஷன் யூஸ் பண்ணணும்? to enable INTR interrupt. Sim, it is for INTR, sorry, RFC 7.5, 6.5 and 5.5 only continuous area. Yes, we have to use the instruction EI. Fine. அப்ப மீனிங் என்ன? உங்க மெயின் ப்ரோக்ராம் நீங்க எழுதுறப்ப இனிஷியலைஸ் பண்றது மட்டும் தான் எழுதணும், கரெக்ட்? எல்லா இன்டரப்டையும் அன்மாஸ்க் பண்ணணும். ஃபைன். So what will be the program you will be going to write? என்ன ப்ரோக்ராம் எழுதணும்பா? Yes, will you respond? எல்லா இன்டரப்டும் நான் வந்து எனேபிள் பண்ணணும், எல்லாத்தையும் நான் அன்மாஸ்க் பண்ணணும், கரெக்ட்? These are the lines of program you have to write. Okay, then you have to enable the interrupt. Okay, then you can wait. Like this you have to write. Yes. So first 4 லைன் இனிஷியலைஸ் பண்ணியாச்சு. அடுத்து எல்லா இன்டரப்டையும் நான் வந்து என்ன பண்ணிருக்கேன்? அன்மாஸ்க் பண்ணிருக்கேன். EI மட்டும் நான் எனேபிள் பண்ணிட்டு வெயிட், இந்த இன்ஸ்ட்ரக்ஷன் எக்ஸிக்யூட் ஆயிட்டே தான் இருக்கணும் again and again. Fine. What we have to do in the ISR, IR0 ஓட வெக்டர் அட்ரஸ் இருக்கு இல்லையா, அங்க போய் ஒரு சர்வீஸ் ப்ரோக்ராம் நீங்க எழுதணும். Suppose if my program is greater than 8 byte, your service program usually 8 byte குள்ள முடிக்க முடியாது ஜெனரலா. So at that point of time what we have to do? If the space between the vector address is not sufficient to write the ISR, what we have to do? நான் பேசுறது எல்லாமே ப்ரோக்ராம் பெர்ஸ்பெக்டிவ்ல பேசிட்டு இருக்கேன். ஃபைன். ஸோ இது என்னோட மெயின் ப்ரோக்ராம்ல நான் என்ன பண்ணியிருக்கேன்? ICW4 not needed, single mode, okay, 8 byte interval, H triggered interrupt, okay, lower byte of the interrupt it is going to be 00H, higher byte it is going to be 85H. Fine. So vector address for IR0 is now 8500. Clear? I have enabled all interrupts. எல்லா interruptடையும் நான் unmask பண்ணிருக்கேன். Then interrupt enable பண்ணிருக்கேன் 80 85. Fine. So then we are waiting. For what purpose we are waiting? If any one of the interrupt occur, it will go to the ISR address, vector address for the particular interrupt. In the particular ISR routine, you have to write the service program. Clear? See, if time permits, I will demonstrate with the hardware so that you people can learn or understand it a bit easy. Okay. Fine. As of now, நமக்கு இது தெரிஞ்சிருந்தா போதும். இந்த கமெண்ட் வேர்ட்ஸ்லாம் எப்படி யூஸ் பண்றது தெரிஞ்சிருந்தா போதும். ப்ரோக்ராம் கேட்டா இந்த மாதிரி எழுத பழகிடும். Fine. That's all. Okay. Now, coming to the question session. How many interrupts can be possible in single and cascade mode? Kindly respond. Yes, 8 in single mode and 64 in cascade mode. Fine. How many 8259 can be connected in cascade mode? To single 8259, how many slave? Yes. So 8259 can be connected in cascade mode. What are all the different command words are available in 8259? What are all the different set of command words we are having in 8259? Initialization command word, operation command word, ICW, OCW. Name the registers available in 8259. What are all the registers we are having in 8259? Yes. Yes, IRR, IMR, ISR, in service register, correct? So IRR stands for interrupt request register, IRR, IMR, then ISR. So interrupt request register, interrupt mask register, in service register. That's all. State the purpose of priority resolver. What about the role of the priority resolver? What it is going to do? It is used to resolve the priority by checking the status of the 3 registers. Correct? So priority resolver resolve the priority when multiple interrupt requests are available in a single point of time. ஒரே நேரத்தில் multiple interrupt வந்துச்சுன்னா 2 or more interrupt if occurs, so it will resolve the priority by accessing the content of IRR, IMR and ISR. Fine? Is it clear to everyone? Is this thing is clear to everyone? Yes. Fine. Okay. Now we will go with the introduction to 8279. Actually 8279 direct நம்ம படிச்சோம்னா புரியாது. So we have to understand few other concepts. Fine. For what purpose we can go with 8279? The name suggests programmable keyboard and display controller. The name suggests, especially we interface keyboard and display we can use. Yes, is it clear? 8279 enna purpose ka use pandrom? Keyboard and display interface. Very good. Okay, which type of keyboard we can use? That's going to be very, very important. Matrix keyboard. Yes, very good. Matrix keyboard. Okay, which kind of display it can control? Variety of display devices we are having in the market, but yes, it is going to control the 7-segment display. Yes, multiplexed 7-segment. The word it's very, very important. Matrix keyboard. The wording நமக்கு புரியணும். Matrix keyboard and multiplexed 7-segment display. So these are the 2 input and output devices we can able to interface with 8085 using this 8279. Fine. 8279 dedicated enna purpose use பண்றோம்? Matrix keyboard and multiplex 7-segment display where 8085 கூட interface பண்றதுக்கு we can make use of it. Fine. Coming to 8255, is it possible to interface matrix keyboard and multiplex 7-segment display? Any idea? Yes, it is possible. It is possible. But what about 8279? 8255 la நீங்க எந்த input output device வேணாலும் interface பண்ணிக்கலாம். Okay, 24 pins we are having, 4 pins we are having. Fine. You can interface any kind of input and output devices with 8255. What about 8279? 8279 பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் only matrix keyboard and multiplex 7-segment display. But underline my wording, but 8255 when I am using to interface keyboard and display controller, we have to monitor every operation happening in the keyboard and the display. But when using 8279, this will monitor the entire operation. நம்ம எதையும் மானிட்டர் பண்ணணும்னு அவசியம் கிடையாது. A dedicated hardware which will collect the information from the keyboard. Okay, whenever the user want to read, they can read from 8279. Okay, similarly when I want to write something to the display, I no need to bother about the operation can be done by the keyboard or display. I simply write and I can do my work. 8279 it will display the content in the corresponding memory locations. Corresponding display device. Fine. So 8279 நம்ம போறதோட advantage என்ன அப்படினு பார்த்தோம்னா hardware interfacing it's going to be very simple. Okay, hardware configuration simple ஆகும். Then program complexity is going to be very simple. Fine. The keyboard and display இந்த ரெண்டுத்தோட working தெரியாம 8279 it is not possible to understand. So what first we are going to discuss? What is matrix keypad? Okay, or matrix keyboard? Then what about multiplex 7-segment display and how it can be working, how it is working. So without knowing this kind of fundamental things, it's meaningless to go with 8279. Yes? Yes? So what first we have to study? We have to learn about matrix keyboard and multiplex 7-segment display. Fine? Okay. First of all, matrix keypad என்ன பர்பஸ்க்காக போறோம் அப்படின்னு பார்க்கலாம். I will ask you one question. How many keys you can able to see in this particular diagram? இந்த இமேஜ்ல நீங்க பாக்குறீங்க இல்லையா, எத்தனை key inputs இருக்கு பாருங்க. It is arranged in the form of matrix first of all, correct? So how many key inputs we are having? 16 key inputs. Okay, in normal format to interface 16 switches to your microprocessor or microcontroller, how many port pins we need? 16 பின்னை நான் கனெக்ட் பண்ணணும். அப்ப எத்தனை பின் எனக்கு வேணும்? How many pins I need? Matrix keyboard விட்டுடலாம், ஜெனரலா கேட்குறேன். எஸ், 16 pins நமக்கு வேணும், கரெக்டா? ஸோ இப்போ 16 pins நான் மேட்ரிக்ஸ் கீபோர்டுக்கு கொடுத்துட்டேன்னா, what about the other devices? It's not possible to interface other devices sufficiently, correct? So more number of pins we have to sacrifice for this 16 push button switch, correct? To avoid that, we are going for the concept called matrix keypad. Why the name matrix? Why the name matrix? Matrix na general enna solvீங்க? It is a two-dimensional array, correct? Yes? Yes or no? In the case of matrix keyboard, the keys are arranged in matrix form, correct? Okay, I will give you some task. I will give you some task. Suppose if I am having 7 number of keys. How will you arrange it? How will you arrange it? எனக்கு 7 keys மட்டும்தான் என்னோட அப்ளிகேஷன்ல இருக்கு. How you will arrange? Any idea? Any idea? எப்படி மேட்ரிக்ஸ் ஃபார்மட்ல இதை அரேஞ்ச் பண்ண முடியும்? ரோஸ் அண்ட் காலமா அரேஞ்ச் பண்ணலாம். எப்படி அரேஞ்ச் பண்ணலாம்? You can arrange it as row and column. Say for example, நான் 2 rows, okay, இல்ல 3 rows, correct? 3 rows 2 column அப்படின்னு போட்டோம்னா 6 தான் வரும். Yes or no? Yes. So how we can go with, நமக்கு எத்தனை கீ நம்ம இன்டர்ஃபேஸ் பண்ண போறோமோ, you round off that particular number to the nearest even number. 7க்கு nearest even number என்ன இருக்கு? Which must be greater than 7. That also I am telling. 8. So இப்போ 8 அப்படின்னா எப்படி அரேஞ்ச் பண்ணலாம்? If I am having 8 inputs, how I can arrange? Yes, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. But நான் 7 key தானே கேட்டிருக்கேன். அப்போ out of the 8 key, what about one of the key input? What about one of the key input? Don't care. We are not going to bother about it. Fine. See, like this. For example, if I am having 16 key, how it can be arranged perfectly? How I can arrange it perfectly? See, இது ரொம்ப முக்கியம். You have to form the number of row and column such that the sum of the row pins and the column pins must be minimal thing. 16 keys இருந்தா எப்படி அரேஞ்ச் பண்ணலாம்ப்பா? Yes, 4 rows 4 column. கரெக்ட்டா? அப்பதான் எனக்கு என்ன ஆகும்? 8 பின்ல முடிஞ்சு போச்சு. கரெக்ட்டா? How many pins I can have? Row க்கு 4 pin, column க்கு 4 pin. So we have only 8 pins. Actually எத்தனை pin தேவைப்பட்டுச்சு? How many pins actually required? Without matrix concept, 16 pins. Now, how many pins is enough? 8 pins. Okay, what happened if I arrange like this? 2 cross 8 arrange பண்ணா என்ன ஆகும்? 16 pins நான் இப்படியும் arrange பண்ணலாம் இல்லையா? 2 cross 8. What is going to happen? How many pins we need now? 10 pins. Whether it is greater than 8 pin? Yes. So which one we have to prefer? 2 cross 8 or 4 cross 4? 4 cross 4 only. That is the minimal number of pins required for the particular arrangement. Correct? So generally, நமக்கு 4 cross 4 keypad இது இருந்துச்சுன்னா அது பேரு hex keypad னு சொல்லுவோம். Hex stands for what? Hex keypad அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவோம். Apart from the numbers 0 to 9, you can have 6 characters. A, B, C, D, E, F. So hexadecimal number எல்லாத்தையும் நம்ம represent பண்றதுக்கு we can have a 16 buttons. Okay, so in the example ல வந்து asterisk and hash symbol they have used. Correct? 0 to 9 இருக்கு, then A, B, C, D இருக்கு, then asterisk and hash symbol they have used. Fine. One more thing you have to remember. When I am using this particular concept, matrix keypad concept, okay, we have to arrange the keys in the form of matrix. Okay, when you are pressing a key input, the particular key value cannot be read. That's very, very important. நல்லா கவனிக்கணும். நான் ஒரு கீயை பிரஸ் பண்ண போறேன் அப்படின்னா அந்த கீயோட வேல்யூ என்னன்றது அவுட்புட்டா கிடைக்காது. Fine. What output we will get is which row and which column the corresponding key we have pressed. Have you got it? What I am saying? இப்போ என்கிட்ட 16 கீ இருக்குன்னா அந்த 16 கீல நான் ஏதோ ஒரு கீயை பிரஸ் பண்ணா அது எந்த ரோ எந்த காலம்ல இருக்கு அதுதான் நமக்கு இன்ஃபர்மேஷனா கிடைக்கும். Fine. If that particular row and particular column is assigned with the value, we can write it as a program. இந்த பர்టిక్యులர் எக்ஸாம்பிள்ல 0th row and 0th column அப்படினா எந்த கீ இருக்கு? row 0. the diagram clear visible இருக்கா எல்லாருக்கும்? row 0 column 0. Yes, the number 1. If I say row 3 column 2, row 3 0 1 2 3 அந்த ஆர்டர்ல சொல்றேன். row 3 column 2. Which character we are having? Row 3 means the last row. 0 1 2 3, the last row. Correct? Column 2 means 0 1 2, the third thing, which is going to be hash. Correct? You people have to write a program. Suppose if you are having the row and the column information, this and this. Are you able to understand what I am saying? The matrix keypad direct data கொடுக்காது. என்ன கொடுக்கும்? Row and column information. In the row, in the column. That for that also we have to write a program. Please understand this. For that also we have to write a program. In the row, in the column la key press பண்ணிருக்கோன்றதை கண்டுபிடிக்கிறதுக்கு we have to write a program. Fine. From that program we have to map the key value. Fine. அதுக்கு lookup table மாதிரி வச்சுக்கணும். இந்த row, இந்த column, இந்த character or in the number that we have to write a program. Okay. Fine. Maybe we can go with the next session possibly because time is 10:58. Okay. I have some important thing to tell in the class.